Okay, we're over here on the west side of the structure. The structure faces south. This is the electric load center electric service video. This is our electric meter. It's fed from below ground. We have a little slip joint on here. That's pretty good. So when the house moves, that moves, and the pressure doesn't come out on the... But what happened here is the meter and your main disconnect, your main principal, okay, they should be sealed on 3 sides to help prevent moisture infiltration into the brick, because the brick is porous. And this is your main shutoff valve. It's 200 amps. Our neutral is labeled. This is our ground. We're supposed to have 2 grounds within 6 feet. Now, I'm gonna carry on with it. That's our grounding rod right there. Now, inside the garage, inside the west side of the garage, as we walk around here, this is our electric meter. Excuse me. Some people call this the breaker box. Some people call it the load center. It's the load center is the proper name for it. Some people call it the service panel, but call it what you will. It's in here. It's on the west side. Our bonding is supposed to be labeled. That would be the second ground I was talking about. Ground at slab. That's good. Ground at slab. Now the only problem with that is it's called a UFER, U-F-E-R, and it's a rod that goes into the foundation and into the ground. That's your second ground, and it's supposed to be accessible. If it comes loose, and sometimes they do, how's the electrician going to get to it? I don't see any place for a UFER box. All right? So our UFER is not accessible. Let's just dive into this. All right. Our breakers are supposed to be labeled. They are. No, that is handwriting. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Milo? It's supposed to be printed. See where it says Eaton right there? See where it says danger right there? That's called printing. These are also printed. This cabinet came with a group of stickers that say all these things. It would say bedroom 2, bedroom 3 and bath. It would say those kinds of things. It would say AC dryer. Those things would be said there. I know that it's handwriting. This thing's going to work just fine, whether it's handwritten or not. Oh, bud, did you really have to do that? Code says printed. See where it says 7531? Printed. That's what code says. How about Eaton? Eaton, the manufacturer. The manufacturer says this should be printed. It should not be handwritten. That's what it's not me. Okay? I didn't wake up this morning and say, how can I make this builder mad with Milo? I have no idea who Milo is. It's supposed to be printed. So we come in here and we've got our cabinet, and we notice that our cabinet is fastened with drywall screws. Drywall screws are good for holding drywall up. That's about the only thing they're good for. They're rust, they're brittle, they'll pop out. If this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, and your garage gets blown up, I get it. You've already got a bad day. All right? But if this was actually fastened to the building structure instead of stuck in here with drywall screws, that's going to pop out like a pimple. And then the first responders are going to be stepping over Sparky box trying to get in there to help you. No, it's supposed to be secure. It's supposed to be fastened better than that. That's what it's supposed to be done. What else we got in here? You're not supposed to have wood shavings inside of there. Now I am getting picky. I'll admit that one. I'm supposed to have wood deals in there. What else have we got going on here? Well, some of our breakers are not labeled. And one of the breakers not labeled is to the water heater. And the water heater does not have an electric disconnect. So how do we know how that works? And then we segue into the bonus, because that's really, other than that, it's a pretty nice installation. But that segues into our bonus, and a video you're about to see very shortly is called the water heater video. Yay! But there's something that I didn't mention about the water heater video, so this is a little bonus. I'm going to recapture some information. Is we're supposed to have a valve, a service shutoff valve for the water heater. So if you've got a problem with your water heater, because it's draining into the wall and you don't know where it's going, and you got to turn the water off because you got an emergency, you don't have a valve for your water heater. So what did we learn about the breaker box? We learned that it was stuck in with drywall screws. You got a little bit of dust and debris in it. It wasn't properly labeled. We learned that our main shutoff valve, our main electrical shutoff, we don't have a main water shutoff valve, and our meter should have been sealed. That's what we learned.